Today we are using science to break down skincare myths, specifically around vitamin C. Vitamin C is an amazing ingredient and vitamin for your nutritional needs and to prevent scurvy, but shockingly, there's a lot of controversy around it and a lot of misinformation when it comes to what you can and can't do or should or shouldn't do. So today we're going to be talking about vitamin C, breaking down those myths such as should you use it in the morning or the evening or both? Can you actually mix it with niacinamide or not? Does it actually help to build collagen when applied topically to the skin, and what you need to know? And we're also going to touch a little bit on nutrition of vitamin C, because did you know that your body needs vitamin C in order to create collagen and even to maintain collagen, which is essential to the functioning of your entire body, your connective tissues, and mainly your skin. And we're working with my favorite tea company, Peak, who's sponsoring a portion of today's video to help us uncover the science of vitamin C and explain how it actually works both in the body and for your face. Let's start off with this myth about vitamin C and niacinamide that everyone loves to throw around the internet. There is a myth that says that you should not be mixing niacinamide and vitamin C because it can create horrible reactions on the skin. Well, what does the science actually say about that? This was based on a study that took niacinamide and vitamin C and combined them together under very high temperatures and under very specific conditions that, if you weren't in this very controlled setting, probably wouldn't happen naturally. When combined at these high temperatures, it was shown to create nicotinic acid, which can be very irritating to the skin. However, it is extraordinarily unlikely that that would ever happen when you are using different products in layers on your face. So the myth that you shouldn't combine these or use them at the same time of day is pretty unfounded and untrue, specifically because niacinamide is such a stable molecule, you can use it with just about anything. Vitamin C can be a touch irritating, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this video as another myth, but as long as your skin can handle it and if it doesn't burn or irritate you personally, it's perfectly fine to use them layered or at the same time of day. The one exception or caveat to this is when a manufacturer specifically says not to do so. The Ordinary has specifically stated that their niacinamide serum should not be used with their vitamin C options. If a manufacturer says that, always follow manufacturer directions. But in most of the other cases, I would say that it's totally fine to do and just see how your skin reacts. But speaking of vitamin C causing stinging or flushing to the skin, there are some rumors out there that sensitive-skinned individuals can't use vitamin C. That is not true. You see, there are lots of different forms of vitamin C, from ascorbyl glucoside to L-ascorbic acid, which we all know, to magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, etc. And all of these different forms of vitamin C can have different penetration rates into the skin, and they can work better in different formulas. If you want to try vitamin C, there is one that's out there for you. It just depends on which formulation your skin handles best, and it's not even as much about the vitamin C that's being used, but more about the overall formula. You see, vitamin C tends to like more acidic environments, and therefore more acidic products are going to allow that to penetrate into the skin deeper. But anything that's more acidic can cause the skin to be a little bit more irritated. So for someone who does have sensitive skin, maybe looking for a vitamin C moisturizer or cleanser is going to be a gentler way to incorporate that into a routine rather than a really potent or acidic serum. This is why it's important to not only turn and learn, but to also swatch products on your hands and on your cheeks. Get that sample from Sephora or from Ulta and see how it actually works for you. Because everyone's skin is different, everyone's tolerance is different, and depending on what you're layering this into your routine with other products, it's going to impact how it actually feels on your skin. But as far as the myth goes, it is unfounded. If you have sensitive skin, you can use vitamin C, you just have to find one that works for you. Specifically talking about how vitamin C works, it's known to give some brightness to the skin, it's known to be a great antioxidant to fight free radical damage, and it's known to support collagen. But people on the internet are really quick to say that applying topical vitamin C to the skin is going to boost collagen like nothing else. That's not exactly true. This is where we get into nutrition, because things get a little bit deeper than just skin deep. You see, our skin is a barrier. It's made to keep things out, and if we apply things like vitamin C, of course that can be brightening or refreshing, but is it really helping to stimulate the collagen deep down in our skin? Our body uses nutrients, the things we eat and consume, to create collagen. And did you know that a precursor to collagen is vitamin C? If you don't have enough vitamin C in your diet, or if you're not absorbing it properly, your body doesn't make collagen effectively. And if you're really low on your vitamin C, you could get scurvy, where your gums bleed and your skin bruises. Maybe you have anemia and fatigue. Please don't let that happen. You're not a sailor. We don't live in the 18th century. Eat your fruits and vegetables, my friend. But actually consuming vitamin C is essential in our diet to create lysine and proline, which are required in order for our body to create collagen. You see, collagen is this beautiful protein that supports our skin and our bodies, and it has this triple helix formation. But in order for collagen to get into that triple helix form, you need vitamin C to be available. And that's why us humans have to consume it. It's a vitamin for us. But did you know that there are some living beings out there that can actually make their own vitamin C, and therefore it's not a vitamin to them because it's not essential? But for us, it definitely is. And while you could apply that topically, and it's a good idea to do so, making sure that you're getting adequate amounts nutritionally is extraordinarily important. And not all vitamin C is created the same. We know from our skincare that vitamin C is water soluble, and that's the same in the body. And there's a rumor that you can never overdose on vitamin C, which is not true. Although it is water soluble, and although it can make you have neon PP, you can overconsume it, or even if you're consuming the right amount of it, it is possible that your body is not absorbing it properly. The best way to get this tested is to see a doctor to actually get those tests done, but taking liposomal vitamin C is one way to ensure that it's absorbed more readily into the body. Liposomal vitamin C is actually using liposomes, or fats and oils that your body can digest, to get vitamin C into your body, your circulation, and hopefully as the precursors to collagen production and folding in your skin. Some studies have shown that vitamin C absorption actually decreases by up to 50% in amounts over 1,000 milligrams. Liposomes have been used in medicine and in drug delivery for years. They can get across the phospholipid bilayer, and they're a really good way to deliver actives into a cell. This is from Peak, who's actually my favorite tea brand, but they now have this daily immune supplement. This is liposomal vitamin C. These are made from sunflower phospholipids, not from soy, so if you're someone who has an allergy, this should be fine for you. They are the only triple power vitamin C formula, and they have a black European elderberry concentrate that's in here. It's the equivalent of like 13 grams of elderberries, but this is also what gives it the color. When you put this on your tongue, it literally looks like the Ordinary's AHA BHA peeling solution. Like, it looks like you ate that. I wonder if I should do that and then tweet that I ate the AHA BHA peeling solution. Do you think people would be able to figure it out? Should I do it? Is that mean? You should never eat your skincare. Should I do it? Should I do that? But it really does. It looks like you bit your lip open or you ate the Ordinary's AHA BHA peel. But none of that is dyes or colors or additives. All of that color just comes from the elderberry that they put in here. This also has the vitamin C in the form of sodium ascorbate. This is actually gentler on the stomach. Some vitamin C supplements can actually be pretty hard on the stomach. And again, some give you neon P and don't even absorb because they cannot be absorbed into the body. And that's why the fact that these are in liposomes makes them more absorbable. And the fact that this has sodium ascorbate instead of some of the other forms makes it easier on the stomach, so you don't get that weird, uncomfortable digestion feel. If anyone has ever taken vitamin C, you know what I'm talking about. It's not like period cramps, but it's just like your stomach is playing with a hacky sack. You know what I mean? This one doesn't do that to me, and it's because it's encapsulated in these liposomes, and then it actually tastes good. It tastes like elderberries, even though there is no added sugar. You don't have to mix them in with water or anything. You can take them directly from the packet if you want to. You can take up to 2 packets a day to support immune function, to support healthy skin and collagen production. I personally take 1 a day, usually in the mornings. During the pandemic, I feel like it has been harder to take care of your nutrition. There was even a study that came out that was like 37% of people stopped brushing their teeth in the mornings, which I don't recommend. Again, we don't want scurvy from a lack of vitamin C, but we also don't want gingivitis from not brushing and flossing our teeth, okay? And for many people, it has been harder to stay healthy. If you're the kind of person who chugs 5 green smoothies a day and like eats like 15 fruits and vegetables, and this is probably not for you, you're probably pretty good. But if you are the kind of person who feels like you could eat more fruits and vegetables, or you do want to give your immune system a bit of a support or a boost, or you feel that your skin and your body could use the antioxidant boost, I have been taking these and I do love them. Again, these are actually from my favorite tea brand. I've never known them for creating elderberry skin or immune support stuff, but I am so happy that they do. I do trust Peak as a brand because of their efficacy, because of their ingredients. They are third-party laboratory screened as well to make sure that there aren't any byproducts in here that shouldn't be, which is something that I appreciate. And then the fact that it doesn't make my stomach feel like it's kicking a hacky sack around. You know, always a good thing. I do want to make it clear that this does not prevent or treat or cure any disease. This is not a replacement for vaccines or wearing a mask. This is immune support, it is skin support, and it is liposomal vitamin C, which I do love and is great. But again, it does not cure diseases. Unless you have scurvy, in which case, again, please go to your doctor and get your scurvy taken care of there. You know that I only support brands that are vegan, cruelty-free, that match my morals and values, and that I genuinely enjoy. And although I've always loved their teas, this has been in my mouth. That doesn't sound right. this has been in my mouth. I mean, it has been. I basically held them hostage and I said, if you want to be part of this video, you have to give back to the butterfly community because sharing is caring and that's what we do here. So there is a discount code for you as well as free shipping if you would like to try some. I've left it there as the first link. I know it applies to these. I don't know if it applies to the teas, but I'm sure I could go in and just like apply the coupon code and see if it lets me check out because their matcha is also bomb diggity. And again, when it comes to vitamin C, making sure that you are consuming it so that your body can create collagen to support your skin is arguably more important than making sure that you're applying vitamin C topically. When applied topically, it can help with wound healing. There are some studies that show that it can stop the spread of pigmentation, and in vivo it has been shown in some studies to actually help with keloid scars or to stop them from forming. Now, the collagen formation has only been shown to happen in vitro, so in test tubes and petri dishes, etc. However, it does look promising, and so if you want to apply it to the skin for that reason, it doesn't hurt. I say go ahead. Just make sure that you're putting good things in so that your skin can rebuild itself and create good things on the outside too. Speaking of outside, there is a rumor that you should not use vitamin C outside because it causes sun sensitivity. And we've already spoken a little bit about that sensitivity part, but this rumor is not only not true, but there is scientific evidence showing that vitamin C can actually protect skin from the UV spectrum. The study that I found stated that it was probably because the vitamin C can neutralize the reactive oxygen species before they get into your cells and cause DNA damage. There's a lot of studies to back that up, and we've actually found that vitamin C works very well under sunscreen. It can almost refresh the sunscreen because of its antioxidant abilities. The study stated that L-ascorbic acid protects against both UVA and UVB damage. UVA, think aging, UVB, think burn. But because L-ascorbic acid and topical vitamin C does not directly absorb light from the UVA-UVB range, it is technically not considered a sunscreen, and you should still be using a sunscreen even if you've got vitamin C on your face. Because topical vitamin C does not absorb light from the UVA-UVB range, it is technically not a sunscreen. And it shouldn't be used as such. You should always use SPF, your BFF, every damn day, but you can use vitamin C along with it. Don't be afraid to use this out in the sun, and unless you're getting sensitivity or unless your derm told you to, there's no need to stop and there's no harm in continuing. And with the sun in mind, what about this myth that vitamin C causes your skin to tan? Is that true, and is that even safe? Because we know that tanning is horrible for the skin. It can degrade collagen and elastin, and it can cause skin cancer. No, applying vitamin C does not give your skin a suntan. However, it can give your skin a slight orangey or yellow tinge, especially if the vitamin C is expired. So while the suntan part is a myth, the coloring part and kind of temporary staining of the skin is not. You see, L-ascorbic acid is amazing. It's a wonderful potent antioxidant, but it isn't the most stable, meaning that things like sunlight or even oxygen can degrade it quickly. And when L-ascorbic acid degrades, it turns into a sugar, which happens to also be used in a lot of fake tanners or self-tanners. If you apply vitamin C rigorously, and if it has come into a lot of contact with heat and air, if it isn't as fresh as it used to be, you might notice a little bit of that yellowness kind of on your palms or fingertips where you're applying it. You can really easily take care of this by washing your hands, applying a lightweight oil so that doesn't happen, and actually an oil can help to kind of lock it into the skin, and then just making sure that your products are light protected. Keep them in a cool, dry area and don't let them degrade by being exposed to light or heat. Vitamin C's are some of those products that you might actually want to put inside of your refrigerator. Do you know of any other skincare myths that need to be confirmed or corrected? If so, leave them in the comments below so that we can dig into the science of them and look into them. Some of my favorite vitamin C's do have L-ascorbic acid, but there are also some that have magnesium ascorbyl phosphate or sodium ascorbate. I do have links in the bottom tab that has a list of all of my favorites. And speaking of sodium ascorbate, if you would like to try the liposomal vitamin C, the links are all there for you. Make sure that you hit that like button and that you have subscribed so that you don't miss more skin science in the future, and always remember to be beautiful both inside and out, which also means nourishing your body from the inside and out, because if you don't put good stuff in, it is hard to expect good things to come out on the outside. Be beautiful, and I'll see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.